class, the first thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com. You need to go to the website. The second thing you need to do is you need to select math as your subject. Okay. And this is a grade 3 lesson. Okay. The topic for today is numbers and comparing. Okay. Once you have done numbers and comparing, we will need to know the chapter number. Just a second, I'll give you the chapter number. Chapter number 1, and we are doing lesson number 4. So chapter number 1 and lesson number 4, and the name of the lesson is even or odd. We would try to differentiate between even and odd numbers. Okay, so we go to aplusstudents.com, maths, grade 3, chapter number 1, and lesson number 4. So what we need to see is whether the number is even or it's an odd. Okay, so let's see what even numbers are and what odd numbers are. The numbers ending with numbers ending with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 are even numbers. Any number that will end with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8 would always be an even number. Similarly, numbers ending with 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9 would always be odd numbers. Okay, so this is just how we differentiate between even and odd numbers, and we will always look at the units position. Sorry. Hi, peace. Hi, precious. So the first question we have is, keeping in mind these two conditions, for the even numbers and for the odd numbers, we will try to differentiate if a number is even or an odd. So the question number 1 says, is 92 an even or an odd number? Okay, so we need to find if 92 is an even or an odd. So if we write 92, 9 is in the tens positions and 2 is in the ones position, right? So we always look at the ones position. So what can we say over here? The ones position is ending with a 2, right? Therefore, we can say 92 is an even number. Okay, there is one more rule. Yes, the numbers ending with 1, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 would always be an odd. Or there is another statement we can say that, okay, for those who knows division, a number which can be completely divided, by 2 is an even number. So the second condition that we are looking at is a bit difficult, right? So we would need to know division. But the easiest way is you look at the ones position. Let's forget, I just gave you the extra information. We can do it through division also. A number that is divisible by 2 would always be an even number. How? Because 2 can be divided by 2, 4 can be divided by 2, 6 can be divided by 2, and 8 can be divided by 2, right? To get a complete whole number. But in case of 0, we would consider 10 divided by 2, 20, hundreds, okay? Yes, 92 is an even number because the ones position had a 2 on it, right? Thank you, Precious. Okay, the next question we have is, I'll just copy the question on the screen. So in the next question, which of the following numbers are odd? The following numbers are given to us on the screen for the question number 2. I'll just rearrange this. If this is question number 2 for us, it says, which of the following numbers are odd numbers? Okay, so we had these 4 numbers, and we need to find between these 4 numbers which numbers are odd. Okay, so what we can say is, if the 75 was the first number, we can say 75 ends with a 5, right? On the ones position we have a 5, and anything that ends with 1 3 5, 1 3 5, 7 and 9 is always a, this would be odd because it ends in 5. What about 83? If we have 83, we can say that 83 on the ones position, it is a 3. Therefore, 83 would also be an odd number. But if we have 86, the third number, 86, we can say that since 86 is ending with a 6, and we say that any number that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 would always be an even number, right? And for the last option, we have a 50. 50 ends with a 0. Agreed? So we also have a condition that says a number ending with, yes. So then in 50, the number is ending with a 0, right? And we know the rule that any number that ends with a 0, 2, 4, or 6 would always be a even number. Agreed? So this is how we compared the 4 numbers together, and we found out which number is even and which number was odd. Agreed? So let's look at another question. Yes, some of these numbers were odd, some of these numbers were even. How did we find odd numbers? We saw this number 5 and 3. Ending with a 5 or 3 is always odd. How did we find even? Ending with 6 or ending with 0 is even. Okay? Yes. Let's look at another example. Okay, again they are saying which of the following numbers are even numbers. Okay, in this case they are asking us to find the even numbers. Okay, Let's try to find the even numbers out of these four numbers. So this time what we'll do is we'll just look at the even numbers only, okay? We would not try to find all the numbers. Okay, which of the following are even numbers? So for question number 3, do we see this number ending with the first number? Does it end with an, right? It ends with a 7, right? So this is, we can say 37 is an odd number, right? 17 ends with a 7. So again, we say it's an odd number. Agreed? But when we look at 46, the units put the ones position of 46 has a 6 on it, right? And we know that the numbers ending with, yes, this is even. And what about 68? The number 68 also ends with 8. That means this would be an even number. So this and this number is even. We just had to find the even numbers, right? 37 and 17 were odd, whereas the numbers ending with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 would be even. So we had to find the even numbers, okay? So we can say these two numbers are the even numbers. Yes. Okay. Moving ahead. Yes, 0 is even. Okay, one more. The next question we have is, what we are saying is, which of the following numbers are even numbers? Again, we need to find which of these numbers are even numbers. Let's highlight them properly so that they're readable. Question number 4. And the numbers that are given to us are these numbers. Okay, we need to find the even numbers. So a number ending with a 7, this would be odd, right? A number ending with a 7, it is an odd number. A number 3, so we know that the numbers ending with 1, 3, 5, 7 would always be odd. But if we have 90 and 2, because we are just finding the even, we can say that since 92 is ending with, right? Since 92 is ending with 2 on the ones position, we can say 92 is a even number, right? Yes, 92 is the only even number out of these four numbers, okay? Because it is ending with a 2. Great, thank you. Let's look at a few more questions. For the next question, it says, which of the following numbers are even? So let's see which of the numbers would be even and which of the numbers would be odd. Okay, let's try doing both of them. Okay, I'll write this even and odd. Even or odd. So we would try to find for either of the numbers. Question number 5. So if we have a number that is 53, 71, 49, and 20. So 53, we know that 53 ends with a 3. And anything that ends with a 3 is always odd. What about 71? 71. What can we say about 71? Is it even or odd? Seventy-one. Hi, Rebecca. We are doing even and odd numbers today. We know that 71 in the ones position, it is a 1. So anything that ends with a 1 would always be odd. What about 49? We can say the number 49 ends with a 9, and anything ending with a 9 is odd. And for the last option, 20. 20 is ending with a 0, and anything that ends with a 0, yes, thank you so much. 20 is the only even number. Yes, thank you so much. That means 20 would be the even number, right? Right now, what we are looking at is just what is even and what is odd, right? Later on, we will look at more types of numbers. Okay, we will see what other types of numbers they can be. Okay, just a moment. So we move on to the next question, and the next question says, I'll just highlight them in a box so that we can differentiate between them easily. Question number 4, question number 5. Let's look at the next question, question number 6. Okay. So the next question, they have changed the statement and they are saying that what is the next odd number after, okay, if this was the given statement, and I'll just increase the size so that it's readable for you. Okay. For question number 6, what they are saying is, which odd number comes right after 28? So what we can do is we can write the number 28, then we have 29, and then after that we can have 30, and we put a continuation. The dot means that the numbers can be continued, right? So the question they're asking us is, which odd number comes after 28? Can anyone help me out? Even if, yes, even if 28 is an even, right? 28 is an even number. So they did not tell us that after the even number, after the odd number, right? They're just saying, what is the next odd number? So we know that the next odd number should be 29. And why should it be odd? Because it is ending with a 9, right? So we can write the statement 29 is the odd number right after 28. Sorry. Apologies. Okay. 29 is the odd number right after 28. Agreed? So the questions can be given in a different manner. You can find a sequence that what is the odd or even after it, right? Okay, let's look at the next question. That would be our question number 7. Okay, I'll just copy this. Question number 7 is very simple, and they're saying, is 22 even or odd? Just one condition we have to answer. They're saying in question number 7, this is the total statement we have. Is 22 even or odd? We know that 22 is ending with a 2, and anything that ends with a 2, we had this statement over here already. The numbers ending with 0 to 4, 6, or 8, right? We can paste them down here. We can put them over here. So what we can say is 22 is ending with a 2, and a number that ends with a 2 is the ones position. It's always a even number, right? Thank you so much. Moving ahead to the next question that we have on the website for the lesson. The next, okay, they changed the pattern of the question again. Which even number comes before these numbers? Okay. Okay. So what they're saying in the next question is, which even number comes before 74? So which even number should be there? See, this is a number ending with a 4, 6, and 8. So that means the tens positions should be 70, right? 7. And the number should be no. Let's see which even number. They're not saying which number, right? They're saying which even number comes before 74. And for a number to be even, it has to end with, yes, thank you. So if your answer is correct, 72. So if it says which number comes before 74, then it will be a very different question. But when they write even or odd, then we need to take a difference of 2. That means it should be 72, right? 72 is the even number that comes before 74. Okay, thank you. Let's move ahead. Let's look at the next question. Now, yeah, we just had to find one number because they gave one dash. One dash represents you find the missing number. Okay, 70, 68, and this can go on, but usually they will ask for one number or two numbers before this number. Okay, so we just need to that. Okay, the next question says, which of the following given numbers are odd numbers? So we need to identify in question number 9, which of the following numbers are odd. Okay, I'll just write down the numbers properly. And we need to remember what they're asking us in the question. Okay, so for question number 9, what they're saying is, following are odd numbers. We need to keep odd in our mind, right? So can we write 44, 17, 23, and 1? So what is the condition for being an odd number? And when a number ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8, it is not an odd. See, we can say this is not odd. If it's not odd, it would be even, because this is ending with a 4. But we can also see that 17 is ending on a 7. That means this is odd. 23 on the ones position, it has a 3. That means this is odd. How about 1? Yes, thank you. 1 is in the units position and it ends with a 1. That means this is also odd number. Okay, so we have 3. So we have 3 odd numbers in this given set of numbers. Okay, The next question we have is, which number comes next? Okay, you need to read the question. I'm not reading the complete question. For question number 10, it says, which number comes next? We need to see whether they're asking about even number or they're asking about the odd number. Okay. So in question number 10, they're just asking us which number, but the term used is even over here, right? Which even number will come after 28? See, which number should be after 28? Which even number? Okay, what we can see is if we write the numbers from 24 to 28, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, right? But what we can see is they are considering the numbers which are ending with 4, 6, and 8 only. That means we don't consider 25, we don't consider 27, we don't consider 29. But they are saying what number comes next. So can we say ends with 6, ends with 8, and this number should end with, yes, the next number should be 30, and we know that 30 is an even number because it is ending with a 0. Okay, thank you. Moving ahead to the next question. For the next question, they are again asking, but this time they're asking which number comes before. So we have a given set of numbers. Let's look at those numbers. If these numbers are given to us, so I'll just realign them. Okay. And the given numbers were this. And they're saying which number, question number 11 says which odd number. So we need to find the odd number that comes before 49. So can we write 49, 50, 51, 52, and 53, right? But we are not using, which numbers we are not using? We are not using 50, we are not using 52. That means before 49, it should be 48. So we are not doing the even numbers. Then this number should be, yes, it should be 47 because we are only considering the odd numbers. So depending on the requirement, if they say even numbers, then we still move with the gap of 2. We skip one number and we go to the next number, but the ending should be with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. But when they are asking about odd numbers, the ending number should be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. Okay. Move ahead. Let's look at the next question. The next question says, which odd number comes next in the given sequence? Okay. So we have the next question. It says, which number comes next? Okay. They're saying is, which number will come next in this? Can anyone help me out? If the first number given was 23, the second was 25, 27. Yes, Baroque. It always has to be, it starts with even and goes to odd. Even, odd, even, odd, even, alternate, right? So which should be the next number? Read the question. They're saying which odd number. Yes. The next odd number would be technically the next number should be 28, but this is even, right? So we do not take the even and we only look for the odd number. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. Thank you, Hyper. Thank you, Nate. Okay. So the next odd number was after 27, we had 29. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay. Let's say which even number comes before. They're asking us what is the even number that would come before. Question number 13. Which even number comes before 30? They're saying even number that would come before 30. Yes. Thank you, Viruk and Nate. The number before 30 would be, if I can write 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and so on. But the numbers before would be 29 and 28. Since we are only looking at even numbers, that means the number should be 28. Yes, thank you so much for the answer. Let's try some more questions. Then we will go to the test, okay? That would be question number 14. Let me just copy this. I try doing maximum number of questions with you people so that if some questions are left for the test also you can do them yourself easily, so that since we have practiced a lot of questions, okay? So for this question, they're asking us which of the following numbers are odd numbers. Okay, let's suppose this was question number 14. So can you give me the odd numbers out of these numbers? The easier would be to find the even number, right? This is even, right? Why? Because it is ending with a, we know the rule for even numbers is and odd numbers is that the number ending with 0 2, right? These were the conditions. What about 93? 93 ends with a 3, that would make it odd. 91 ends with a 1, it makes it odd. 3 is a unit position and it ends with a 3, that means this is also odd. So yes, thank you, Nate. 93, 91, and 3 are the possible odd numbers in the given set of numbers. Okay. The next, which odd number comes next in the given sequence? Okay. Okay. I would try to change some wordings in this question. Okay. Comes next, comes. Okay. I'll just change. Before comes, before, and next. Okay. So what I did was I changed the statement and I say what are the numbers which are odd, which come before the first number and after the last number. And we are looking at odd numbers. Okay. Semi. Yes. 39 would come. 39 would come after or before? Yes. 39, since this is 37, 39 comes after. And what is the number at the beginning? This was 33, right? Then the number before this would be, the odd number before 33 should be, yes, thank you so much. It should be 31. So since the question was asking us just one option, we made it into two. So a small word change in the question can make a lot of difference to the question, okay? So what important is read the questions in detail, okay? Let's try some questions from the test. Okay, let's see what we understood and what questions can we answer. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Baruch, but 35 is not the answer. 31 and 39 would be. Thank you, May. Okay, let's start the test. I'll copy down the first option and we'll see whether it's option A or option B. So they're saying that in question number 1, which odd number comes before 49? And these three options are given to us. This is question number 1 from the test. So what is the answer? Yusuf and Peace. Yes, thank you so much, Baruch. That means we were looking at odd numbers and 47 should come before that. And we look at the option. The first option is 47. Yes, thank you, May. Thank you, Baruch. Thank you, Hyper. So we click on the first option. Okay. Okay. For question number 2, they're asking us whether this number is even or odd. Okay. So the given number to us is, sorry. So the given number in the question is 25 even or is 25 odd? Is it even or is it odd? Question number 2. We can see that 25 at the units position ends with a 5, right? At the ones, and this was tens, right? We always look at the ones position. Yes. If it's, okay. So it will become an odd number. Thank you. So the next question what we have is they're saying they're giving us one number and they're asking, is it even or odd? Let me just copy it. So question number 3 from the test says, is 22 even or odd? That was question number 3. We need to see 22. And we know that 22 is ending with a 2 on the ones position. And any number that let's focus on the questions. Let's focus on the work. Ignore the chat. Okay. Is 22 even or odd? 22 is ending with a 2, right?
22 ends with a 2, right? And the number that ends with a 2 is 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 would always be an, yes, thank you, it would always be an even number, right? So we simply mark on the even, okay? And we say it is an even number. Okay, for the next question they are saying, is 28, they change the number and they're asking us, is 28 an even number or an odd number? For the next question, is 28 even or odd? Question number 4. Is 28 even or odd? Since 28 is ending with a 8, and we know that the numbers, no, Baruch, which question are you saying odd? That was question number 2, right? We're done with 3. 3 would be, yes, 28. May 28 is even or odd? Because 28 is ending with 8. And any number that ends with, we know that any number that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8 is always even, right? So this is ending with an 8. So this should be, yes, it should be even, right? Thank you. Okay, let's look at another question. That would be question number 5. We say 28 is even. For the next question, okay, which odd number comes right after the given number? Okay, so we have the next question and it says, which odd number comes after the given number? And this would be question number 5. Which odd number comes right after 4? Odd number. They're not saying even. They're saying which odd number comes right after? Can I have an answer? See, when we do the counting, the number after 4 is, see, we know this is 3, this is 4. After 4, it should be 5 and it should be 6. So if they're asking for the next even number, right? This is the even number, next even number. Just write next even number. But in the question, they are not saying next even. They are simply saying which number, what odd number comes after 4. So after 4, the next number would be odd, right? This is the odd number. Do we agree on this? If they were asking for next even number, we would say 6. But if they're saying what is the next odd number would mean after even, it would always be an odd number, right? So the answer would be 5. So let's click on 5. Okay, let's try the next. What they are saying is which of the following numbers are even out of these given 4 numbers. Okay, let's try this. Okay, if these numbers are given to us, they are saying which of the following numbers are even numbers. So can we, which option can we say is even? For the even, we know that the number has to end with, the number should end with a 2, 4, 6, or 8. But it cannot end with 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So this means this is odd only, right? So which answer has these three options? Let's enlarge them so that it's easier for us to find. So which option should be correct? 82? Yes, 82 is correct. 62 and 68. That means this. Why not this? This is not possible. This is not possible. So can we say option number? Yes, thank you, May. Option number 1 is the correct answer, right? So please do complete the remaining questions, right? Very easy topic. Just differentiate between even and odd, right? Best of luck. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.